got a little message, you know, because there's a lot of guys that's out there who was like I was when I was 20, and I had to change though, you know, and so the only way you're gonna make something happen in this life is if you change, you know, what you're doing. If you want to be rich, you can be rich. Everybody say, man, you know, the black people got it hard, or, you know, nobody give a black person. Man, it's not about black. It's not about white. We all humans. We all got the same, you know, build-ups. You know, a lot of people, they feel sorry for their situation, or, you know, they use it as an excuse. You know, you can't use what you've been through as an excuse. You got to look at where you're going, where you're trying to get to. What kind of life you want for yourself? Where you trying to get to in life? Where you want to be at? You know, you got to ask yourself those things. You know, you got to start setting goals for yourself. You know what I mean? I was a kid that was lost, and I had so many, you know, I could blame everybody. You know, my childhood was terrible. You know, I grew up in group homes. Nobody ain't never loved me. I was bounced around from house to house, to group home, foster home, to foster home, to foster home, to finally I emancipated myself out the system. And I took custody of myself, right? And so, and I was lost. I ain't know what to do in this world, man. I didn't know what to do. Nobody didn't show me nothing. Nobody didn't, you know, I had to figure out this life the hard way. The hard way. You see what I'm saying? And I want to stop a lot of people from making the same mistakes that I made. You see what I'm saying? You know, so luckily and fortunately for me, you know, I was introduced to a hustle that would pay me a lot of money, that would make me a lot of money. And unfortunately, it was drugs. It was selling drugs. You know? But selling drugs taught me a lot. You know, it's all that I had. That's all I knew. It's all I knew. I wasn't going, you know, that was my only route. I got introduced to it for a reason, you know, and it taught me. But while I was selling drugs, while I was selling dope, I said, man, I know I can't do this forever, man. I know that for a fact. I don't feel guilty about selling drugs because, you know, I ain't gonna get no job that's gonna pay me no money. I ain't nobody finna pay me no money. You know, that's how I'm gonna live. You mean tell me? Nah, I need some money right now, you know. So I always been the type of person that's willing to do whatever I need to do to get some money right now, you know. And drugs, I just so happened to get introduced to the dope game, you know, and it changed my whole entire life. That's back in my 20s. You know, I haven't messed with, you know, by the time I turned 25, I was done selling drugs. You know, I had my son, my one and my only son. As soon as he came in the world, I said, you know what, I got to think of another way. Because I for sure never in my life had a father. I've never had my father got killed when I was 2. He got shot in the head. Yeah, he got killed. And, you know, so I've never had a father ever in my life. Nobody ain't ever tried to be my father. Nobody ain't never act like they was my father. I've never had a father. I never had a role model, a male role model in my life, ever in my life. You know, I've never had a mother. Okay? I've never had a mother. My mother, you know, when my dad got killed when I was 2, my mother turned to drugs and prostitution, and she's been locked up ever since I was 3. I've never seen her. I haven't seen her since I was 3. You see what I'm saying? So if she walk, you know, so I've never had parents. And I struggled with that for years. I struggled with the fact that, you know, nobody has ever really loved me. You know, I've never really had love. You know, to this day, I got trust issues. I know when somebody is genuinely my friend or genuinely has my best interests at heart, rather than, you know, other than somebody who don't. I can pinpoint that so good because I know what it feels like. And look around me. There ain't nobody around me. You know, I used to keep a lot of people around me and a lot of, you know, people who I thought were friends or whatever. But them people wasn't friends, man. Them people just out for what I got, or they envious or jealous or sneaky or want to set you up or date your girl or, you know, tell on you. You know, I ain't got time. You know, if you're not a positive person, you know, if you're not a positive person, I'm cool. You know, and the only reason why I'm saying all this to say that, you know, you can have anything that you want in this life. It's up to you. Don't sit around and feel pity about what you've been through. You got to change it. It ain't about where you're going. I mean, it ain't about where you've been, it's where you're going. You see what I'm saying? You know, we can't walk in a straight line and look backwards at the same time. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep your head on straight. You got to look forward. You got to, you got to set goals. You got to separate. Sometimes you got to separate yourself from people. You know, you got to do whatever it is that you got to do to win. You know, and in order way for you to win out here in this life is a game. Life is 100% fact. A game. Life is a game. Okay? And you have to play to win. And in every game that you play, in any game that you play, there are rules and there are ways to win. And in life, the way that you win in life, the only way is you got to get money. You got to invest in money. You got to invest your money. You got to invest your money. You know, and you got to stay, you got to stay positive. You got to give back. You got to give back. You got to be kind to others. You got to give back to the unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like, that's just to keep this world going. That's just to keep this a good, that's just to keep this world going. So if you out there and you're lost, man, I know what it feels like to be lost. Man, I've been lost all of my life. All of my life. And I'm just making it a vow. I'm making it a vow that for the rest of my life, I want to help people. That's it. I figured it out. I figured out my life purpose. I figured it out. I know what I'm here on this earth to do. I'm here to help people. I'm here to show people how to do this thing, how to team up together. You know, if we team up, imagine if we all teamed up and we was like a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a force to be reckoned with. That's a powerful force. You can't do nothing by yourself. Let's team up. Let's you know what I'm saying? Let's team up. Let's help one another. You know what I'm saying? When you see somebody you need some little help, and if you can, help them out a little bit. Give them some positive advice. Positive. And be smart with the money that you making. That's one thing that I regret. And that's, tricking off a lot of money when I was selling drugs. I tricked off so much money. I tricked off so much money buying clothes. Me and my homeboy, we rented the truck. We was renting cars. We was renting cars for 2 years straight. Who rent a car for 2 years straight? Ask anybody who know me. Me and my partner, my ace coon boom, we was renting trucks, $500 a week. We rented the same truck for like a year. We both had F-150s, brand new. Or Dodge Ram or something. I forgot what it was. Every week for a whole year. That's $500 a week. That's $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 a year. We giving it to a rental car. $24,000 a year. $2,000 a month car payment. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I could have been leasing this Benz. And I'm good. So be smart with your money, man. Invest your money. You have to invest. If you don't invest, you'll never become wealthy. You'll never get rich. You'll never do none of that. You will never be rich unless you got some type of hidden talent. You win the lottery. You got something like that going on for you. If you will never create wealth for yourself working a job. You will never create wealth for yourself stacking. Stacking, you can't stack your way to wealth. You can't stack your way to. You can't stack. Stacking is a fool move. Only if you stacking it to invest it. That's the only thing you should be stacking for. You shouldn't be stacking money for nothing else but other than to invest it. Right? So I'm giving you a reason to stack money. Now you got a reason to stack. At first we've been stacking for no reason. At first we were stacking because, we were stacking because we waiting on an emergency or something. We trying to keep ourselves protected. Okay, but when the emergency come, right? When the emergency come, it's gonna knock you all the way back down. So then you gotta go get that back. When you could have took all that money in the first place and put it to work. You gotta put the money to work, guys. You gotta invest. With my shirt, with my signature. That's my signature, right? I'm stamped. That's certified. I invest. That's the only thing I do. I want to be broke. I want to be broke. I want to stay broke. Every time I get some money, matter of fact, I'm finna go pick up 10 grand today, as a matter of fact. And guess what I'm doing with it? I'm spending it. Guess what I'm spending it on? Investments. Right? I'm putting that back into, I'm keeping it until I'm ready to put it into some real estate. I'm putting it on this new deal I'm thinking about. You see what I'm saying? So, be smart, guys. All of this keeping up with the, listening to these rappers and, trying to keep up with the latest trends and all of that, man. Think about your future. Think about your children. This is your life. Okay? I want you to understand something, that life is a marathon. It's not a race. Life, you should be taking your time in life, right? I don't want to compete. You think I want to spend my life competing with somebody? I definitely don't want to do that. I don't want to be spending my life competing with the next man. I want to live my life and be comfortable within my own life, right? So you got to be smart within your own life. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about everybody else got on brand new J's tomorrow. Don't worry about everybody just, everybody buying Rolls Royces and Bentleys and Richard Mills. Don't worry about everybody going to the club every night. You know what I'm saying? Every weekend. Don't worry about that. You got to do what you got to do for you first and your family. You got to be smart. All right? So if you're lost, follow me, man. I am a mentor from this day on. I'm going to show you exactly. If you got any questions, what should I do? How should I do? What should I do? I got some money. I want to invest. I want to learn how to invest. How do I start thinking, how do I get on the right track? I can help you out with all of those things. You know what I mean? Like, I can help you get your mind right, get your money right, and keep your body right. You got to keep your body right, So that's what we doing on this channel, man. We gonna link up. Also, we gonna link up. If you getting money, you making money, and you trying to figure out how to invest it, you ain't got the credit, or you don't know what the hell you doing, send me an email, man. Let's link up, man. Let's do some business. Let's do some business together, because I can promise you that you will never take a loss at Culture Capital. You will never take a loss. If you take any kind of a loss or come close to taking a loss, I'm going to pay for the loss. Ain't no losses going on. I ain't took a loss. I haven't taken a loss in years. I ain't taking no loss in years. Last loss, I take that back. The last loss I took was, I used to throw I used to be a promoter and throw parties at a nightclub. That was one of the hustles I had, You know what I'm saying? And I'm, responsible for getting artists and booking artists and paying for artists and, and a couple artists, people, the shows didn't turn out too good. So I lost money in those. I lost money. The artists cost this much, the fees cost this much, and only so many people came. That was in the beginning years of my promoting. You know what I mean? And I ain't took a loss since then. I said, ever since that last loss, I said, this ain't the game I want to play no more neither. I'm quitting. I quit. I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm not finna be in this game. I don't have time to be for the drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time for the ups and downs. I don't have time for the drama. I don't have time to not know. You know what I mean? I need to know. I need to know that I'm not finna lose no money. And at Culture Capital, that's why I created it. I created for business-minded, forward-thinking people people who understand the value of real estate, that understand that real estate making people rich regardless, that you cannot, if you do this game right and you know what you're doing, it is impossible for you to lose money. You know, it is a for sure bet. It is the only thing that I can stamp and put my signature on is real estate. I know for a fact that's for sure. Everything else, I can't tell you about it. I don't know nothing about it. If somebody said they make money with it, that's cool. But how long the money gonna last? I got something that's gonna last forever. Okay? And I want you to also know that it don't matter who you are, what you do, where you've been, what you look like, what color you are. This is everybody's game. Everybody can play this game. It don't matter what you look like. You know, everybody always say, take it from me. If I can do it, you can do it. Everybody say that, right? I promise you, once you get to know me and you get, you know, and we get this thing going some more, you're going to understand that I am the true epitome. I done been everywhere. I done been locked up 100 times. I done been locked up in jail 100 times. I've been to prison twice. Okay? I've been in 4 foster homes, 4 different group homes. You know, I ain't got no family, no nothing, no nobody. I'm by myself out here in this world. And I'm looking for partners. I'm looking for partners. You see what I'm saying? Because it's got to be other like-minded people like me. And we all in it for one thing. We in this thing to win. We want to win. We want to travel. You know? That's what we want to do. And so if you with me, if you part of this thing, I'm going to call the Wayne Gang. I might need to change the channel to Wayne Gang. Because everybody who mess with me, man, I mess with you. You know what I mean? If you mess with me, I want to say if you F with me. But if you mess with me, I'm messing with, I fool with you right back. Even if you don't like me, you think you think, oh, here's another guy trying to scam people. I ain't got nothing to sell you right now. I ain't got nothing to sell you. I want to give you something. The only thing I want to give you is the gift of knowledge. That's the only thing. I want to keep you from making mistakes. You know, it's too many people who went through what I've been through. And I wish somebody would have helped me out. I wish I had somebody who would, help me and steer me and help me and show me how this life is working. I wish. But I had to figure it out the hard way. And I don't want you guys figuring this out the hard way. Life, you get one life and it's done. You get one life. Okay? One life. That's all you get. And you're done after that. Right? So, you know what that tells me? If somebody said, man, you get one life, man, you only get one life. You know what that tells me? You know what that tells me? That tells me, you guess what I'm going to do? I'm going hard. I'm finna do what I get one life and I'm finna die. So that means I don't care what nobody think about me. I don't care what you think. I don't care what, I don't care what, I do care what you think about me. I want people to think that I'm a nice guy, that I'm a good guy. That's a good guy. Everybody who's ever came across me, one thing that they will say is that guy right there is a good guy, man. He's got a good heart. He's a good guy. And that's the only thing I want people to know, and he help people. Every time he get a chance, he helping people. That's what I want. That's the legacy I want to leave behind. That's the legacy I want for me. So, I'm about to run up in this place. And listen, Culture Capital, be on the lookout. A bunch of young, a group of young investors, a group of young individuals. Money-making street guys, street women, hustlers. We linking up. And we gonna buy up all the apartments around wherever we at. We buying them all. Right? So if you with me, like the channel, subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. And let's get this thing rocking and rolling. I'm going to show together, all us going to the top. We going to the top together. I'm going to show, we going to get there step by step. Watch. All right. You guys be great. Be smart. All right. Live life, man. I see y'all on the next one.